Hello everyone, hope you're doing fine. Welcome to another episode of How to Be Prepared for Proficiency Exams. So far, I've just recorded two episodes. The first one, I just talk about how to be prepared for General English. I just talk about what do I mean by General English, vocabulary, grammar, what are the appropriate sources to study. Then the second episode, I just focus on the IELTS exam do's and don'ts. The I just try to give you a clear picture how to be prepared. We just talk about different steps before taking the mic test. I just try to highlight them actually as fast as I can. First, we just said that you need to be familiar with the format of the exam. Then you need to know the set your target. I mean the band score you're just required. Then we talk. Then you need to learn the strategies and exam tips. At the end, you need to just get a feedback from a tutor, expert for productive skills or receptive skills by yourself. Then today we're going to discuss a little bit more about PT. Again, I need to emphasize this point that here I'm not going to teach you exam tips or strategies. I just try to give you a clear picture of how to be prepared, how to get preparation, how to take a right path for preparation. I know many students are struggling with the preparation. They just taking the wrong way most of the time, and these points actually are absent through the media on YouTube or other, let's say, social network. Most of the thing you will find on the let's say online sources are about exam tips, mock test, and blah blah blah. But I haven't found anyone talks about how to take a right path. What are the do's and don'ts? What are the wrong beliefs that some students have? There is a question that most of the students ask: should I take the IELTS or PT? Again, today I'm going to address that question. Uh, there is a wrong belief among some candidates that they believe that PT exam is somehow easier. To some extent, it could be true, but scientifically speaking or academically speaking, it cannot be true. For PT exam, frankly speaking, you don't need that much great command of general English. Whereas in IELTS and TOEFL, you need to be really knowledgeable to gain, let's say, band score 7. For PT, there are some tips or templates you can deal with them and get a good score. But there are other issues which I'm going to discuss later, which make the job a bit harder, and it's going to be a grueling task to deal with them. First, why do we need PT? And the let's say which institute, which universities, let's say, accept that PT certificate. University admissions in certain countries like Australia, UK, US, and Canada accept PT exam. Student and work visa, you can apply for that by PT certificate, and it's a proof of English proficiency for job applicants, specifically in Turkey. We have many clients and candidates that they've been required to offer the PT certificate. The structure of PT exam is speaking and writing 60 minutes, reading 30 minutes, listening 40 minutes. One of the sharp differences between IELTS and PT is that we have integrated, let's say, skills, whereas in IELTS the skills are totally different. So that makes the job a little bit harder. Scoring system is 0 up to 90, and the exam duration is about 2 hours 15 minutes. The format is fully computer based. Again, this is something that I just wanted to discuss. Those who find working with computer, typing hard, they should not take PT test. They need to take paper version of IELTS exam. All right. Those who are not good at multitasking, they have to just take IELTS exam. I'll discuss later why. Speaking, you need to talk to the microphone, and AI scoring system. Again, this is one of the issues that may create a problem for students or candidates. The results will be actually announced through 1 to 3 business days, working days, and registration happens or can be done through the pearsonpt.com. It costs around $200 US. So what are those challenges? I want to discuss quickly and go through them. On top of that, you need to be good at, let's say, microphone adjustment. This microphone adjustment is the challenge for some students. So these are the points that many candidates ignore. All right, it affects your scores. Computer should detect your voice clearly. Otherwise, definitely it affects your score. Stress management. Once you're dealing with computer, and somehow there is a stressor which you don't have face-to-face interaction, whereas in IELTS you have face-to-face interaction, and most of those examiners were trained how to deal with the student. They just help them to reduce the stress by just giving them some smooth, nice body language. You need to have a clear voice and pronunciation. If the computer cannot detect your voice clearly, again, it affects your, let's say, scores. Typing speed, dictation, also another challenge students face. You need to be confident. I had many students that they lost their confidence while they were not good at the first or second questions. So you need to keep that persistency throughout the whole exam. Some section, we need to know that some section in PT exam are more important. They carry more weight actually than the other sections. So you need to put your priority on, like read aloud, repeat sentence in the speaking part, fill in the blanks in reading and writing part, and write from dictation in the listening part, which intentionally they put it at the end of the exam. So the candidates should manage their time. If they don't reach that part, definitely they lose a lot. So the number of items in different section varies. So there is no fix, let's say, a number. Another stressor is the preparation time, which is so limited, and sometimes it's a matter of 10 seconds. You need to be prepared. That's what I'm talking about as stressors. So if you're not good at managing your stress, definitely you should not take PT exam. Another stressor could be the noisy rooms. That is really distractive. The candidates were told to speak loud enough to be detected by the computers. So this could affect your confidence. This could distract you. So obviously you would not just get a good score. It happens a lot among the candidates. The total time only is given to you. So on top of the screen, you just see the total time. So time for different skills and sections is not shown separately. So you need to be so good at managing your time. You need to have already taken many tests. So it could be somehow easy for you to manage your time. So time pressures, computer-based format, unfamiliarity with typing speed. Again, there's some minor issues that I know many candidates do not know. For example, at the end of the sentence, we put full stop, then we need to have one space and start the next word with capital letter. That simple thing were ignored too many times by my student, at least. So stress and anxiety, we talk about it, reduces your fluency. So once you're just suffering from too much anxiety, it affects the clarity of your thoughts. You're distracted, you have no, let's say, control of what you're saying. And another issue in PT exam is AI grading system that may not pick up certain accents or may be misunderstood by the scoring algorithm. All right. So these are the things that could not happen in IELTS exam. Again, I emphasize, before making decision, before finalizing your choices, whether to take IELTS or PT exam, you need to consider all these things. You need to find your abilities. Am I good at typing? Am I good at controlling my confidence, my anxiety, my time? Otherwise, go for IELTS exam. Sometimes you may face some poor test center conditions. As I said, noise from the, let's say, other candidates, or somehow from the ambience, which is out of your control. Unfortunately, it affects your scoring system, your scoring results, sorry. Again, specifically, I'm gonna just talk about each problem you might face, or each let's say issue during different skills. Speaking, microphone placement, I will explain later, or I will show a picture what is the correct way to adjust it. Sometimes you forget to start speaking in time for speaking section. I need to emphasize as your teacher that if you pause for more than 3 seconds, microphone automatically cuts off or closes. This simple point again is ignored by many candidates, or they weren't told by their tutors. 1, 2, 3. If you wait or you're distracted, microphone closes, and you cannot just give response, and you need to click for the next question. So keep that in mind. Fluency in pronunciation matter more than perfect grammar. So there's a priority in, let's say, fluency rather than accuracy. Keep that in mind. Read aloud and repeat sentence in the speaking part. You need to actually work on your short memory span. If you're suffering from, let's say, repeating long, complex sentences, again, you should avoid, let's say, taking PT exam. If not, you need to work on them so much. If you're not good at, let's say, remembering, let's say, short sentences or even line ones, you need to work on your short-term memory. In describing image and retail lecture, quick thinking and coherent organization matters. All right. Again, if you feel you're not good, let's say, in developing such skills, again, don't take PT exam. As I said earlier, multitasking. Fortunately, girls are really good at it. Unfortunately, boys and men are not that much good at multitasking. Speaking while listening at the same time would be a big issue. You're not good at note-taking, concentration, again, do not take PT exam. In writing part, time management matters a lot, and one of the biggest issue is summarizing written text just in one coherent sentence. Picking up the correct and the nice keywords is the big challenge for a student. So you need to again work on that. For reading part, time allocation, as I said, there is no separate time limit for individual tasks. So pacing is crucial. You need to again learn, or let's say automatically through the passage of time, budget your time, right? Tops 1 or 2 minutes at most for each single question. And again, something that is absent in IELTS exam, you don't deal with the collocation and vocabulary question directly. They are checked indirectly through your speaking and let's say writing and productive skills. But in PT exam, you need to have a great knowledge of vocabulary and collocations. You will be checked directly by filling the gap questions. And there is no way to just guess. You need to be really knowledgeable at them. In terms of listening part, different accent, fast speech of the speakers, at the same time note-taking. Keep knowing this point that the listening tracks recordings are only played once. These are the all issues you might face, and you need to know that the listening section is placed at the end of the exam. Once you're tired, the brain is not functioning well, so the challenges arise more and more. So again, you need to know that before you just enter to the room, you will be checked thoroughly by the staff members, and there is no, unfortunately, some clear instructions from the staff. So you need to know them by your tutors or search through the ChatGPT, or let's say through the online sources. Another big issue that is really matter for teachers, both teachers and the students, is there is no adequate preparation material for PT exam. Whereas in IELTS and TOEFL, we have many sources, but in PT, we're just suffering from that. And there are a few, let's say, sources that you need to just purchase them through the Pearson website, and obviously they're really costly for the student. All in all, these are the issues that the PT, let's say, candidates should bear in mind before making their decision whether to choose IELTS or, let's say, PT exam. These are the challenges. But a good point is that there is a question bank. There are some repetitive questions, and you can work on them, so preparation would be easier. But again, I emphasize, if you're not good at multitasking, if you're not good at note taking, if you're not good at managing your stress and anxiety, don't, let's say, take PT exam. Otherwise, you would not reach your goal. I hope this point come in handy for you and help you to finalize your decision. Again, don't hesitate to contact me for more advice. I would be more than happy to help you. Wish you luck.